Welcome back to Fame Frame, where we spotlight legends who didn't just live through the golden age, they defined it. Today's feature is the unforgettable Anita Ekberg, a name that radiated cinematic magnetism from the 1960s well into the 1980s and beyond. Born September 29, 1931, in Malmö, Sweden, Ekberg's rise from Miss Sweden 1950 to global film icon is nothing short of dazzling. Her breakout moment came with Federico Fellini's 1960 classic La Dolce Vita, specifically the now immortal Trevi Fountain scene, an image so powerful it transcended decades and found renewed reverence in 1980s pop culture. As highlighted in a 2025 YouTube retrospective titled Anita Ekberg's Crush Icon Trends, fans rediscovered her elegance, charm, and unmatched beauty, reigniting discussions around her enduring allure. Her statuesque 5 feet 7 inches frame and 130-pound silhouette, often draped in form-fitting black dresses, became synonymous with bold glamour. Commenters like @OldMovieFan22 called her a goddess, and rightly so. Her turn in Boccaccio 70, 1962, not only showcased her acting range, but also influenced 1980s fashion, paving the way for curves and confidence to reign again. A 1985 Vogue feature cited her as a muse for voluminous silhouettes and dramatic elegance. While some debates from outlets like Variety in 2023 questioned whether her pin-up image eclipsed her acting skills, few could deny her screen presence. From her roles in War and Peace, 1956, and Four for Texas, 1963, to her Golden Globe win for Most Promising Newcomer, Ekberg had both the talent and the mystique to captivate. Beyond acting, her advocacy work for animal shelters in Italy during the 1970s added another layer to her story, one rooted in compassion, noted in her 2015 Guardian obituary. Though she lived her later years privately in Italy until her passing in 2015 at age 83, her words in a rare 2005 interview with Corriere della Sera still echo, "I lived my life fully." That legacy of unapologetic living is part of what fuels her continued fandom, especially online. Fan pages like @Anita Ekberg Forever now boast over 50,000 Instagram followers, keeping her style, poise, and fierce independence alive for a new generation. Critics may argue her fame was crystallized in one iconic fountain scene, but true fans know her comedic chops in films like The Alphabet Murders, 1965, and her influence on red carpet aesthetics run deeper. In fact, her La Dolce Vita dress directly inspired several 2025 award show looks, according to Elle, reaffirming her impact on fashion cycles and cinematic style. Even Reddit threads like r/oldmovies and posts by @CineVibes44 describe her as the ultimate Siren, praising how she blurred the line between sensuality and elegance. And while her peak fame technically predates the 1980s, that decade's obsession with timeless bombshells brought her right back into the spotlight. Her Mediterranean lifestyle, think fresh meals, daily walks, and minimalist beauty routines, documented in a 1960s photoplay profile, contributed to her glowing image and are now mimicked by influencers chasing that classic screen siren vitality. But beyond aesthetics, Ekberg's power was psychological. She represented an ideal of fearless femininity. Whether you were a teenage fan in the 80s or a fashion editor in 2025, Anita's image made you want to walk taller, bolder, and more unapologetically yourself. Even today, social platforms buzz with nostalgia-fueled edits of her most famous moments, with millions still mesmerized by her poised strut through Rome's fountains. The Trevi scene alone has become a meme, a fashion template, and a mood board all at once, its influence stretching from TikTok transitions to runway tributes. As our fame frame lens zooms in, we see that Anita Ekberg wasn't just a starlet of a bygone era. She was, and remains, a template for classic beauty, radiant self-possession, and the power of presence. Her life reminds us that fame isn't about fleeting moments, it's about lasting impressions. So whether you're revisiting old cinema, channeling vintage fashion, or just in need of a confidence boost, Anita's story is your blueprint. She turned every frame she graced into an unforgettable spark of cinematic magic. Stay tuned as we continue to explore icons who didn't just reflect fame, they reframed it.